Hello and welcome to American Mogul. We are going to continue our series of inflation, but today we're going to take a little bit of a sidetrack and compare gold versus the real value of money. Yeah. Now to do that, what we are going to do is look at 5 periods of time. Yeah. 1911, before the advent of the Federal Reserve. 1938, the establishment of a minimum wage. 1970, the year before Nixon took us off the gold standard. The year 2000, when China became part of the World Trade Organization. And the end of last year, right? 2020. And why we're going to do this is to see the variance of what we consider to be value. Yeah. In my opinion, value, the real value of money, is your labor. Yeah. What you get paid for your labor. Yeah. And hourly rate would be the best way to do it. How much you get paid per hour governs the reality of what money is to you. It doesn't matter what kind of currency they use. You value your time. So we'll go back through history, and really the last 120 years is good enough. You don't have to go back to the dawn of time, right? So we go back to 1911, yeah. An ounce of gold was about $20.67. Now, gold goes up and down. And there are many factors that are involved. Economic factors, social factors, emotional, factors. But at that time, the average wage was 15 cents an hour. So to buy an ounce of gold, it cost 138 hours of human physical labor to buy an ounce of gold. Now in 1938, after the Depression, before the Second World War, minimum wage was established at 25 cents an hour, and gold was $35 an ounce. So it took 140 hours of labor for you to buy an ounce of gold. Well, when we look at these periods of time, 138 hours, basically 40 years later, or 30, 40 years later, it was still 140 hours of work to buy an ounce of gold. But now here's where all you gold bugs are going to come in. Yeah. In 1970, the minimum wage was $1.60, and gold was $38.90 an ounce. The cheapest gold ever was in the history of mankind, because it only took 24 hours to buy yourself an ounce of gold. 24 hours of labor. Okay, 24.3. Yeah, but I'm rounding a little bit. The second cheapest that I could find through my research was in the year 2000. Gold was $272.65, and minimum wage was $7 an hour. So it took you 39 hours to buy an ounce of gold. And then in 2020, right, at the end of 2020, gold was $1,820 an ounce. Minimum wage, $14.25. It took 127.7 hours to buy an ounce of gold. Why the variance? Yeah. If you look over time, 1911, 138 hours. 1938, 140 hours. 1970, 24 hours. 2000, 39 hours. 2020, 128 hours. Yeah, rounded. So then you have to think, what, and this is where the tinfoil hats come out, yeah? What is it? Is it a store of purchasing power? Is it a store of wealth? What is gold? Yeah? Gold is a store of the real value of money, and the real value of money is based on what your wage is, and we're using the minimum wage, yeah? Because I looked at, okay, if we take that over 100 years and we average it out, it takes 94 hours of labor to produce an ounce of, or to purchase an ounce of gold. And then I took into consideration all the ways of panning for, sluicing, mining for gold, yeah? And what is investment? You gotta think, you gotta look for it, you got drill or pan for it. You have to do all these discovery mechanisms. And then the labor, transportation, refining, all this all together. And it takes 70 hours of labor for the average person to produce an ounce of silver. And that, okay, I'm using average person because we are using minimum wage, and figure someone who is just your basic person to invest in, find, discover, and refine gold. It takes 70 hours of human labor. So you think, okay, well, where is this guy getting 70 hours from? It's from a lot of research. And if you take the minimum wage and you multiply it, right, which is $14.25, and you multiply it by 70 hours, you get about $1,000, just a little bit less, $997.50. Yeah. But amazingly, that is the same all-in sustaining cost of a miner. How is that possible? Because gold captures the real value of money, and the real value of money is based on your wages. So now you think to yourself, is gold overvalued, undervalued? According to this, gold is overvalued by 100%. Because if you were just an average person, buys a pan to go panning, yeah, and you go to any river, every river in the world has gold. Everyone. Some more, some less, but they all have it. It's the way the earth was created, yeah. and it has to do with a lot of mineral aspects of gold, and its density and how it's spread throughout the earth. But every river has gold. So at the beginning, you are searching for it, and you find some. And the investment, your time, your effort, eventually it will average out to 70 hours of your labor. At minimum wage, 70 hours of your labor is $1,000. And if gold is 1,800, right? It is extremely overvalued. Yeah. We look at things differently. Some people will scare you and say, "Ooh, they are printing money into infinity." It's happened forever. Yeah. Debasement of currency has happened even when we had gold and silver as main forms of economic commerce. You know, they used to take and mix in other metals with gold and silver to produce more coins. That's why people used to bite gold. Yeah. They could tell over time, because you do it every day, they could tell its purity by the impression their teeth made into the gold. So right now, an ounce of gold costs 128 hours of labor. If you went out, invested a little money, and panned for gold in rivers, you would find that over time, as you got better and you found, it would take you 70 hours of your time to produce an ounce of gold. So how is gold versus a real value of money? You need to think. Are you going to go panning for gold? Maybe some of you will. Or are you going to use gold as an insurance? Right? Well, at 28 times your hourly, 128 times your hourly wage, gold is overvalued. At 70 times your hourly wage, gold is fairly valued. Yeah. Again, all-in sustaining costs of mines. You cannot extract gold from the ground yourself better than a mine. Yeah. Mine has all the equipment necessary to produce gold at the cheapest price. And we know from history that gold, through inflation, deflation, money printing, hyperinflations, every possible shenanigans that society can do, that gold around 90 times the hourly wage has been the average. Yeah, 94, but let's say 90, make it simple for everyone. 70 times the minimum wage is the fair market value, and compared to the real value of money, what the price of gold should be, $1,000. That's it. If it's over $1,000, it's overvalued. If it's under $1,000, it's undervalued. Now, if minimum wage goes up, yeah, let's say for example, minimum wage goes from $14.25 to $20. Then 1,400 would be the fair market value for gold, because it's 70 hours of human physical labor. Yeah, but it is at the lowest end of the pay spectrum. If you go out searching for gold, you are not a doctor, you are not a lawyer. Well, maybe doctors and lawyers do that as a hobby, and I say that because they are in the upper end of the pay scale. So look at gold versus real money. Real money is the wages you earn. Gold safeguards the energy of your physical labor. But there are times where gold is overvalued and undervalued. And right now gold is overvalued. If the all-in sustaining cost for gold from a miner is $1,000, and a person going out to search for, find gold, is 70 hours of physical labor at $14.25, that's pretty much $1,000. They always match. You go through history and it always matches for eons. That has been the store of value of gold, is the store of your physical labor to find it. And the store of your physical labor is the real value of money. Okay, thank you for listening. Have a good day. Bye-bye.